So I'm Michael Peters, I'm the CEO of Euronews and of Africanews.
Michael, what is Africanews going to be?
It's going to be the first Pan-African multilingual news media organization ever.
And where is it going to be based, and what sort of spread of correspondence will you have?
So the headquarters will be based in Congo-Brazzaville, and then we'll have correspondents everywhere in Africa.
And the African news space is very, very crowded at the moment. You have all sorts of channels, both national, international, so on and so forth. What is it that Africanews is going to do that's going to be different from all those channels?
The simple answer to give to that is to say that Africanews is not Euronews Africa. If we would have done like the others, it would have been Euronews Africa. Today you have many brands, many media who are giving the views with their own agenda about the news about Africa. Africanews will be totally different. If you want to get an American view about what's happening in Africa, or British view, or French view, or Chinese view, it's very easy today to get that. But having a real Pan-African view about what's happening in the continent and in the world, because here the tendency is inversed.
Yes.
It will be African who speak about Africa and the world. So it's really a total change. Absolutely, and it's a change of the center of interest. You know, the center of interest will be in Africa, looking at the world, and not part of the world looking at Africa.
So give me, on a typical news day, what would be a story that would illustrate what you've just said?
I mean, there will be a lot of stories. It will be any kind of story that will have an international impact on the news agenda of the continent. It will be a story that can speak about, disasters, catastrophes, tensions, but equally a story that raises African talents, a story that speaks about culture, about sports, a story that can try to help to create a Pan-African identity like we are trying to do it every day in Europe with Euronews.
And you've got a deal going with a local handset manufacturer in Brazzaville called VMK. Describe that to me.
Yeah, it's Verone Mankou. I met him in Davos. You know, he's known as the Bill Gates of Africa, what I've heard about. And we met there, and I just really fell in love with his projects. He's in the spirit of Rising Africa, and the idea is to create a mobile, an Africanews mobile that he will manufacture for us. And in this mobile there will be a store, an Africanews store, where we will highlight all the apps coming from all the startups rising in Africa for the time being. And the idea is to really show all the talents in the digital world of Africa.
This is a huge project in news terms, and it's obviously going to cost a lot of money. Where does that money come from?
So we have established a business plan. The idea is to be, the objective that I have in my business plan is to be at break-even after year 5. So this is very important to believe that, first of all, there will be a Pan-African advertising market, because for the time being we all know that it's not a really existing one, let's say. It's more regional one, but a real Pan-African one is, let's say, not exactly here for the time being. Then we are in discussions with a lot of partners to establish offices, bureaus, to produce content. We are discussing with advertisers, we are discussing of course with distribution operators to get distribution revenue. So all these line of activities are here to generate revenue that will make Africanews at break-even in 5 years' time.
And how will somebody get to see the channel? How will it be distributed?
So first of all, through all digital platforms, whether you can watch Africanews through in your mobile, on your computer. There will be a channel on YouTube. We'll have a radio, 24/7 radio, and of course Africanews will be delivered to all the big distribution platform. That's why we're here, the Discope today, to discuss with all of them.
So people like DSTV and Star Times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I hope. Deal is not done for the time being, but we really hope that we'll be there with Canal, with Orange.
Deals already with Euronews, don't you? So
of course, it's people that we know, that with who we have historical relations in so many years. So we are in discussion with them for the.